Yes, people, what is going on? Welcome back to another review on the channel. Chelsea have just drawn 2-2 at Leicester. I mean, we were shit. I'm not going to rant because I've got a lot to do today, simple as. I don't want to get myself into that mind frame. We were shit. And my main problems with it is we took the lead, which was fantastic, brilliant. We then let two stupid goals go in, and then luckily Rudiger pulled one out of the bag. And it was a slight error from Schmeichel that meant we got back in the game and we drew 2-2. We let in the stupidest of goals possible. Half time 0-0. The first half was all right. We created a shed load of chances, but Tammy doesn't bury anything. Now, I'm a fan of the Chelsea youth system, and I'm a fan of Tammy Abraham. But if you are not burying chances like the ones that are put on an absolute plate for you, you're doing something wrong. It's not something that the team's doing wrong. It's something that Tammy's doing wrong, and he needs to apologise for the swearing. He needs to bulk the fuck up. He really needs to bulk the fuck up. He needs to get himself a monster in that area. He needs to make himself a machine. He needs to command that 6-yard box. Because if you've got balls that are going in like that, brilliantly delivered by James and others as well, you cannot miss every single one like he did. It's embarrassing. I don't think we had a shot on target in the first half, but we were far more the dominant side. We created so many chances, but they're not shots. Because there's no final product on it. There's no end product. It don't matter if it goes wide, in, whatever. We didn't have a shot because the contact wasn't even being made by Tammy. That's poor. That is poor. He needs to bulk up. There's a lot that he did wrong in this game. And I'm not going to rant about it. I'm annoyed, but I'm not going to rant about it. He needs to bulk up and he needs to become a man, essentially, because he's playing kids football at the minute. That sounds probably a bit of an insult, but the guy can score goals. We've all seen it. And Tammy, I doubt you're going to be seeing this. And if you do, I don't take it as any sort of personal offence. You're a quality player, but you need to stick the ball in the back of the net. That's what you get judged on. That's being a centre forward. That's what I get fucking judged on when I play youth football, when I've played for all my years as a centre forward. If I ain't scoring goals, I ain't starting. That's the bottom line of it. That is the bottom line. Enough of that. Christensen was poor. He was so poor. This is probably turned into a rant now, isn't it? Oh well. He was poor. He got turned way too easily, not even for the goals, but just in general. He defended poorly. The sitter that Harvey Barnes missed right at the end, or not right at the end, but 5 minutes, 10 minutes to go before the end. The absolute sitter. He was in no man's land. He decided to take three steps towards getting the ball and then took 3 steps away. Didn't bother about where the man was. And Harvey Barnes should have gone around the keeper and made it 3-2. It's shocking. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing. And if you want to know my point of view, Christian doesn't play for Chelsea again. Truthfully, I just don't see what he offers a team. I really don't. Caballero, poor. Crap. Don't play him again. I'm sorry, Kepa could be the biggest arsehole in existence, but you do not play Caballero in a game like this against a team that currently sits second. I just don't see it. You're not teaching Kepa a lesson. You're not teaching him what he needs to do wrong or blah, 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 blah. He's learning nothing from this game because Caballero was that bad. Kepa is literally just getting a bigger ego boost going, I'd have saved that. I'd have saved that. So not playing today had absolutely no effect whatsoever. I get what you were trying to prove, but you didn't prove it. Done. Caballero doesn't play again for me this season unless obviously shit hits the fan. Who else haven't I slated yet? Callum Hudson-Odoi I thought today was poor. Done. Massively disappeared second half. Was like he wasn't even on the pitch. Pedro played okay. Willian did all right when he came on. All right. Nothing major. Dave is not a left back. The goal that we conceded was a poor clearance away from Caballero, which led to the quick comeback, blah, 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 blah. Dave had to give Caballero that ball, and it was massively underhit. He is not a left-back. Don't play him left-back, play Alonso. I know Alonso's not necessarily as good as Dave, and his captain Dave, and everything about him is fantastic, but simply put, Chelsea, and Frank, this is something I think you need to learn, is if you ain't doing it, he don't make the cut, he don't make the cut. Which I think, unfortunately, at the moment, is the case. The good thing about Dave is if you want to play him left back or right back, that seems to be the idea, put him on the bench. Because if either one of them gets injured, Reece James or Alonso or Emerson, whoever it is, anyone gets injured, you can fill him on either side. That's not a problem. He's a perfect guy to have on the bench. But he's not the right guy to start a left back. And he's not. He's not at all. At all. The only thing that helped him slightly today is that the Leicester wanted to attack, which means that he didn't have to cut in stupidly all the time, but he lost the ball easily. He's not the guy to play left back for Chelsea at all. N'Golo Kante. I'm going to finish on this. both goals. Sorry, actually, it's Rudiger. Very good headers today. Very, very good headers today. And the both goals, you thoroughly deserved it. And you showed fight to go and get the ball after the second goal. And that, for me, big respect. Love that. That's what I want to see in a centre-half. He knows that he shouldn't be the one that's putting the ball in the back of the net twice in the game. If he wants to do it, yeah, of course he can. He can go for it, which he did, and he did superbly well. But if your centre-half is the one that's scoring your 2 goals in the game, questions being asked. Questions being asked all over the place. But Rudiger, brilliant today. Could not put a foot wrong going forward. Defensively, we were all poor today, Chelsea. So it's not. I'm not going to put that purely on Rudiger. No chance at all. Kante. He is not the same player that we signed from Leicester all those years ago. And I'll be honest with you, the last 3, 4, 5 weeks, I've been scared to say it, I think Kante's one of our poorest players. I do. The guy can play. The guy's unreal. The guy is a genius footballer for what he does. But we are not using him the way we should. And that is a huge, huge problem for Chelsea. Because if we used him right, he'd be unreal. But we aren't going to play that style of football. And to me, if you want me to ask an honest, genuine, serious opinion of Kante, if you could let him go for 90 million quid in the summer, I think there's a lot more that we need in this team than someone like Kante. And as much as I like him, and as much as I know he'll bring in shirt sales, and people will probably go, what do you mean we'll sell Kante? You're an absolute idiot. I'll get probably so much abuse from this. I appreciate that. That's your opinion. This is my opinion. He is not the same player that we signed all those years ago, and he is not the kind of player that is worth keeping when we could let him go for 90 million quid. Because you can find other versions of Kante. You can. If that's what you really want, which I don't think it is, personally, my point of view, you can find other versions of Kante. But that's just my point of view. The main thing is also I would say about Kante, as much as I love him, he's small. He's never going to win anything in the air. I mean, you've got a midfield three of Kante, Jorginho and Mason Mount. Who's winning headers? Who's going to be outpaced? All 3 of them. And Kante's fast. And he's still being outpaced by big, powerful runners in the middle of the park. You've got to think about that one, Chelsea. I'm not going to say anything more, but Kante, if someone were to turn around and offer 80 million quid for him, I think I'd let him go. Honestly, end of the season, as much as I love the geezer, and he's Mr. Smiley, Mr. Happy, you could use that money to invest in so many other areas, like scoring goals. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share and subscribe. Very, very poor today from Chelsea. I'm happy we got a point, which is great. I'd take a point coming into the game, but we were far from good enough. Far, far from good enough. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you back here for loads more Chelsea content.